Okay, hopefully this is going to work. I've signed in a little bit early just to make sure that the feed is working itself. Obviously, I'll wait to see if people tune in. I'm assuming that's what the little thing is in the top. So yeah, I'm going to hang up. Oh, there's 3 people already. Yay! So I'm assuming it's working. So hello, one and all. I hope that you can hear me. I don't know how to tell if you can't. I wonder what this button. That switches the sound off. Let's not press that again. So I'm going to wait for a few more people to sign in. How exciting is this? This is my first ever live feed ever. So it could either go one of 2 ways. It could either go really, really well or really, really terribly. So yeah, I'm going to give it until exactly 3:30 to make sure it's working. Could the people watching please do me a favor and hit like so I know that you can hear what I'm saying? I don't know if there's a like button. If there is, that would be sweet. And then I know that the sound is working because I've taken off the comments. Sorry, guys. So I'll work from there. So hello, all 11 people who signed into this. Exciting times. Like I said on the initial post in our virtual classroom, that's the people who are part of my virtual classroom, I am going to go through pattern progression. I hope that I'm speaking clearly and loud enough that everyone can hear me. Thank you so much for people liking. I'm assuming we can hear. Brilliant. For those who can't, hello to all the boys and girls in my class. And in our reception unit, if you are the one signing in, this is happening right now. This is me in my house during this day as we speak. So I'm going to take you through pattern progression, as I'm saying. I'm using the NCETM progression sheet. So they have basic steps in patterns. So being able to do this, and then this is the next step, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I think we've got quite a lot of people signed on. I'm so nervous, but we'll make a start. So number 1, okay, the first thing that children need to be able to do within pattern, because I know when it comes to the early learning goal, it only says that they should be able to identify and make their own patterns, which is great. But with like new math documents coming out quite a lot, they have upped the kind of importance of pattern. Being able to recognize it as one thing, being able to create and see them in different settings is another thing. So the first thing that children need to be able to do is continue an A-B pattern. Okay, so A-B. Okay, sorry it's backwards. I'm so sorry. I've just noticed the flip. I think maybe, I'm not sure, we'll see. Okay, A-B pattern, okay, which is where only 2 things are repeating themselves. Okay, so the easiest way to do that would to be with colors. So if you do have some colors at home, an A-B pattern is where you have 2 different parts. In this case, we've got blue and purple, and you alternate between those 2 patterns. Okay, so continuing an A-B pattern would be something like, I've got blue, A. Okay, so blue is my A. I don't know if you can see, I'll just get that down a teeny bit. Okay, so blue is my A, and then purple is my B. Okay, and then alternating between those. Okay, A, B, A, B, A, B. Okay, so being able to continue that pattern would be able to take those 2 attributes, okay, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, A, B, A, B, A, B, and then continue that. Okay, so for example, if I did yellow, purple, well, that's not right, is it? Okay, because I've made an error there. So being able to continue, it would be for me to go, okay, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue. Well, the next one's purple, then blue, purple, and so on and so forth. So at home, if you've got colours, like for example, I've got coloured pens, okay, it would be maybe just taking your piece of paper and having 2 different colours. It can be purple and blue if you've got them, okay. Naming one of them A, and then you've got your B. Oh, it's pink, it's not purple. and then continuing that pattern. A, B, A, B, oops, A, B. Okay. So maybe if you have got your stuff ready at home, you could take 2 different colours or 2 different coloured objects, or even 2 different objects, and continue that pattern. Remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be colours. It could be just 2 different objects. For example, I've got these weird cat toy mice. So it could be cube, mouse, cube, mouse, cube, oops, mouse. Okay, as long as you only have 2 parts of this for your A-B pattern. Okay, so my A could be my mouse and B could be my cube, and then I'd alternate between those 2. Okay, so first things first would be to be able to continue an A-B pattern, okay, which I'm sure pretty much all of our children in reception are able to do. Okay, the next part of that would be copying an A-B pattern. So for example, if I gave the children, okay, we've got blue and yellow, A-B pattern would be blue, yellow, blue, yellow. Would they be able, with their own cubes, to copy that pattern? So if I was to take my blue and my yellow pen, would my children be able to, I'll make it a little bit longer, okay, so blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, A, B, A, B, A, B, and another one, blue, yellow, haha. Would the children be able to copy that? So if I had coloured pens out for them, they would be able to go blue, I'm just going to leave the tops off, that would be easier, wouldn't it? Blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. So if you do have pens at home or coloured pencils, if you were following along with this right now, would you be able to do my A-B pattern? Okay, which would be, I'm sorry, my A-B pattern, which is blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. Okay, so if you have got coloured pencils at home, try that now, okay, because that is the second part of the progression. First is being able to continue it. So if I gave you blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, could you then continue it with another blue, yellow? Okay, second part of that is copying the pattern, A, B, A, B, using things in the environment as well. You don't necessarily have to use cubes. If you had knives and forks, knives and spoons, you could do, no, what's least dangerous? Spoon and fork? Spoon, fork, spoon, fork, spoon, fork, or shoes and wellies. Shoe, welly, shoe, welly, shoe, welly. Okay, as long as you have 2 different parts, okay? An A and a B. It doesn't matter what they are. It could be pen, mouse, okay, and so forth. I did have sweeties downstairs, but I've left them downstairs. I could have used them. That would have been fab. Okay, so far we have had copying a pattern. So if your parent at home wanted to do some of this and extend on it, then you could start a pattern, okay, even if it's just colouring it in. Okay, you could do your blue, purple, blue, purple. Can the children continue that pattern? Or if it was a case of the next part, which is copying the A-B pattern, could you draw a pattern and then them copy it? Okay, or if you're using objects, if you had shoes and wellies, would they be able to do it themselves with their own shoes and wellies as well? Okay, I've just dropped a load of stuff on the floor. Okay, next part. I'm kind of just whistle stop flying through it, okay, because I'm super nervous and my speech is probably going to go blah, blah. Okay, the children at school know this very, very well. Okay, the next stage in that, so continuing, copying, the next one is making their own A-B pattern. Can they choose 2 attributes and make an alternating pattern with it? Okay, so for example, if your child decided this pneumacon was going to be their A, and this cube was going to be their B, can they make that pattern? So they would get another piece of pneumacon and another cube, another piece of pneumacon and a cube. Okay, A, B, A, B, A, B. Does not matter what they use as long as they have chosen their attribute and they are alternate between it. It doesn't even have to be the same color, because obviously it's just about what attribute they've chosen. So for example, if they said pneumacon, the actual piece of plastic, is their A, and A cube, the actual shape, is their B, then you could do pneumacon cube. Pneumacon, doesn't matter about the color or shape. Cube. Pneumacon cube. Okay, just about making that I can't say this word, can I? Alternating pattern. Okay, I hope this is all making sense as well, because as we've done a little bit of pattern at school, but the actual progression, it goes a lot deeper, and I think it's a good thing to do at home, because it doesn't necessarily have to be anything that any kind of resources you can get at school. It could be stuff from outside, which I'll go into further along, but it could be stick, leaf, stick, leaf, stick, leaf. Snail that I found on the floor, piece of grass. Snail I found on the floor, piece of grass. Maybe just check what they're using though, just in case, you never know. Okay, so we've had copying, we've had continuing a pattern, copying a pattern, and then making their own A-B pattern. Okay, so at home they could draw their own patterns. They could do it with Lego, it could be Duplo, or it could be cutlery from the kitchen. Entirely up to you. Okay, so the next progression under that, so continuing copying, making their own, is to spot an error. Now, my class are very, very good at this, because they love telling the teacher that they're wrong. Okay, and I'm sure it'll be the same at home. They will love nothing more than telling their parents that they are wrong. Okay, so for example, if I had an A-B pattern, okay, this is my A, my pink is my A, and my blue is my B, okay, and we're going to do an A-B pattern, okay, so A. There's always two sides to these pens. Okay, A. B. A. B. A. B. A. B. A. Okay. So I've got my A-B pattern. Okay. But what the children need to be able to do, and I'm sure some of the boys and girls watching right now will be able to find what is wrong with my pattern, because there is something wrong. Okay, so if I move it closer up for you. A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. But it's about spotting that error. Okay, so if I was to do it with cubes as well, we have our pinky purple. Okay, A, B, A, B, A, B, A. So A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, and then we'll land on A. Okay, no, that's not the right color. Pressure. Okay. A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A. Purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple. Who can tell me, although you can't really shout this, but shout it at the screen, what is wrong with my pattern? There's apparently an error. There's something wrong with it. But what is it? Okay, this is the next step in the progression. Can they continue? Can they copy? Can they make their own? But can they also spot an error within our pattern? I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 5. Okay, for those of you who were unsure, let's go back through and we will. Purple, blue, purple, blue. Is that right? Purple, blue, purple, blue. This is the one that's wrong, isn't it? Let's have a look. Purple, blue, purple. What colour should it be? It should be blue. So let's put that back in there. Now let's check our pattern. Okay, so we're doing our A, but going back to A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. Okay, it's about correcting that as well. Okay, that could be the next step within that. Okay, can they identify the error within that pattern, and can they fix it? So if I was to do a pattern now, okay, we're going to use purple Numicon. Are we? Yes, we are. And the yellow Numicon. And I'm going to do a pattern, and I would like you to tell me where the error is. Okay, see if you can spot the error. Okay, A, B, A, B, A, B. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can say it very clearly. Okay, but we've got our A-B pattern here. So have a look at your screens. See if you can spot the error within this pattern. A, B, A, B, A, B. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. And I'm sure there are some children right now screaming at the telly, "No, Miss Telford, that is wrong!" And that's fine. The louder you scream, the better. Okay, that's what we need to hear. We need you to correct us. Okay, we as adults sometimes make mistakes, and it's all good that you guys can spot these mistakes. Okay, so let's have a look at our pattern again. A, B, A, B, A, B. Okay, where is our error? Let's check. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow. This isn't purple, is it? For a start, this is number 9. This is number 7. So I'm going to switch it out. And I'm going to put that back in its place. Okay, now let's check our pattern again and make sure it's correct. A, B, A, B, A, B. Okay, so well done for that if you spotted that. So again, mummies and daddies, it could be a case of you get things out from the, well, not from the cupboard. If you want to do something outside, it might be pine cone leaf, pine cone leaf, pine cone leaf. By saying that over and over again, it's a tongue twister. And then at one point, mix it up. Okay, maybe put 2 leaves in there and go, oh, there's a mistake, and see if the boys and girls are able to identify that error within just an A-B pattern. Okay, just 2 alternating parts. Okay. Right. The next bit, and I'm sorry, it's like I say, we're just rushing through this, and I'm sorry if I am constantly repeating myself, but it is repeating patterns that we're doing. The next bit is identifying the unit of repeat. So when you put a pattern in front of boys and girls, are they able to identify what type of pattern it is and what the actual pattern is? So if I was to do something like, well, that didn't work, did it? Let's just use the cubes again. Get some plain paper so you can't see that pattern. Okay, so if I did this as a pattern, okay, are they able to identify what the pattern is? Okay, we know it's an A-B pattern, but are they able to say, well, it's 1 purple followed by 1 blue, 1 purple, 1 blue, 1 purple, 1 blue, okay? Or if it was Numicon, it might be something like this. Hopefully I've got a Numicon. Oh. Error, just checking. Okay, so if your boys and girls at home are screaming at the screen, what is actually happening here in this A-B pattern? What have we got? Okay, so what we do have is green, yellow, or you might say it's 4, 3, 4, 3. Okay, a really good number blocks episode, I'm not sure what it's called, sorry. There is one on pattern where they are trying to cross a river and they have to follow a pattern to get across that river, and they have to identify what the pattern is. So I think it's something like red, yellow, and in their ridiculous voices. Red, yellow, red. And when they get to the end of the river, they're asked what the pattern was, and they'll go, well, it's one red, followed by one yellow, one red, one yellow. Okay, so basically, can they identify what the pattern is? But if we had, like, if you wanted to really spice things up, okay, you can tell me what the pattern is, or what the unit of repeat is. And I understand I am totally waffling. I think we've already lost viewers. Okay, so the unit of repeat in this case is, oh, actually, you might be able to come up with your own ideas. I would have loved to have heard them, but I can't hear through my screen. So in this case, it's numicon cube, numicon cube, numicon cube. Okay. Or if boys and girls, it might be big, little, big, little, big, little. Okay, just as long as they can identify what the pattern is in their own way, and if they can justify it, brilliant. Okay, so some boys and girls might have said big, little, big, little. Some might say numicon cube. Some might look at the colours or the numbers. It's entirely up to them. But if they can identify it, fantastic. Okay, swiftly moving on. We are at number 6 out of 13. I'm so sorry. But I will move a lot quicker through the rest of them because it's more about just telling you what it is rather than showing you. Sorry, I'm aware I'm biting my lip as well. Okay, so we have gone from AB pattern. We are now going to go to ABC pattern, and I'm sure you can probably guess what it is. Instead of having 2 parts, it's got 3 parts. Okay, so where you're repeating with 3 different things, and I'm so sorry that these are backwards, but they help. So I got my 3 different types of cubes. A, B, C. Instead of having 2, you alternate between 3. So I'd have A, B, C. Okay, and if we use them to make our pattern, it would be A, B, C, A, O, B, C. Okay, maybe one more time. A, B, C. Okay. I'm not going to go back through this, and it's the same kind of steps within that. If they can continue the AB pattern, so if they know it's purple, blue, yellow, purple, blue, yellow, purple, blue, yellow, can they continue purple, blue, yellow? Okay, so again, could be just drawing colours on a sheet. Can they continue that ABC pattern? And then within that, can they copy that pattern? So if I had it here as that pattern, would they be able to copy that even in colours or with the same items? It's entirely up to you. Okay, and then within that, can they spot an error within it? Okay, so I'm not going to go back through that because it's pretty much the same progression as with ABs. All we're doing is splitting the 2 parts into 3. Okay, so if I go back through what we've looked at, continuing it in AB pattern, as well as continuing it in ABC, copying an AB pattern, copying an ABC pattern. Can they make their own AB pattern? Can they make their own ABC pattern? Can they spot an error within an AB, and can they spot an error within an ABC? Okay, the next one. We're nearly there, guys. You're doing so well. Thank you so much as well for listening to me waffle. Okay, so the next bit is continuing a pattern mid-unit. Okay, so for example, this could be my pattern. Okay, purple, blue, yellow, purple, blue, yellow, purple, blue, yellow. What if I took off these bits? Okay, continuing it mid-repeat. Okay, so or mid-unit. Purple, blue, yellow, purple, blue, yellow, purple. Can they continue it if we cut it off? And it will be the same with an AB pattern. Okay, can they go purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, and continue it as well? Okay, that will be the next level up from that. Can they finish it off? But then can they keep continuing it as they go along? Okay. I don't think I'll go in any further than that. If I was to just show you again with numicon, it could be okay. If we had this as our pattern, what would the next part of this pattern be? So once again, shout it out at the screen as loudly as you humanly possibly can. We've got purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple. Pink? Purple, pink. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Okay, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Or A, B, A, B, A. Okay, same thing if it was an A, B, C pattern. I'm just looking at what pneumaton I've got that I can actually repeat this many times. So if it was purple, yellow, orange, purple, yellow, orange, purple, what would the next two be? Purple, yellow, orange, purple, yellow, orange, purple. Okay, and this would be our ABC pattern. Oh, can't really see, there we go, never mind. A, B, C, A, B, C, A. So what would our next two be? Green and turquoise. No? Okay. Purple, yellow, orange, purple, yellow, orange, purple, yellow, orange. We'll finish them off there. Okay. Guys, you're doing so well. I know you've sat for quite a long time, but I am nearly done. I've been on for 55 minutes. That's an awful long time. Okay. So within this, we have got another type of pattern, which is an A, B, B pattern. Okay. Where you've got three parts, but two of them look the same, if that makes sense. So A, B, B. Okay, so a way of repeating that pattern would be having your A. A. I don't know if you can see that very well. Just pick the wrong side of the pen. So we've got A, B, B, and then you start the pattern again. A, B, B, and then again A, B, B. Okay, A, B, B, A, B, B, A, B, B, A. Okay, and again, it can be with objects. It doesn't have to be with colours. It could be stick, leaf, leaf, stick, leaf, leaf, stick, leaf, leaf. Okay, so same principles apply to this type of pattern as well. Can they make it? Can they copy it? Can they identify an error within it? Can they continue it? That kind of thing. So again, if you want to at home, you could have, oh, I don't have any, oh, I do. This is an example with Duplo. So we've got, with Lego, sorry, A, B, B, A, B, B, A, B, B, okay? So they could use Lego if they wanted to with that as well. Another type of pattern. So you had AB, which is just two attributes. We've had ABC, which is three attributes. And then we've had ABB, which is three attributes, but two look the same, okay? Next one is keeping that ABB, and then we've added C on the end as well. So it could be A, B, 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 okay? Again, using colours at home, using cutlery, using leaves outside, using trainers and wellies, using socks, pairs of underpants, it's entirely up to you. Looking at maybe an ABC pattern, which is a little bit more complex because it requires four attributes. Two are the same, but there's essentially four different elements to this pattern. So we've got yellow, purple, purple, blue, yellow, purple, purple, blue, yellow, purple, purple, blue, yellow, purple, purple, blue. Okay, and it could be even with songs, claps, whatever. Okay, so an AB pattern could be clap this, clap this, clap, or on your knees. Okay, knees, knees. Okay, ABB could be clap, knees, knees, clap, knees, knees. Entirely up to you. It just has to be two elements with an AB, three elements with an ABC, three elements with an ABB where two are the same, and then four elements with ABBC where two are the same for the B. Hope you're keeping up. I know I've lost quite a few people, but I swear I'm nearly done, I promise. Because most of this kind of stuff is just telling you what one is. It's all about you guys creating them and continuing them and so on and so forth. So For example, number 9 is spotting an error within an ABB pattern. So can they identify, now you've got A, B, B, A, B, B, A, B, B. If yellow is my A and purple are my B's, where is the error? Now, I think when it comes to colours, it's quite easy, but I think when it comes to objects like leaves or things from outdoors, like stones and whatnot, I think that's where the error spotting becomes a little bit more difficult because everything looks quite samey, whereas this is, you know, even I can spot it just from looking at the screen there. So for those of you who aren't sure, our error is here. Okay, tell me what colour it's meant to be. ABB, yellow. Okay. ABB, 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 A. Okay. Okay. The next bit is a little bit harder to explain, so bear with me. It's about symbolizing the pattern in written format. So, for example, if you had Numicon, for example, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, symbolizing that pattern would maybe be writing it down as, okay, my purple Numicon is going to be a dot. And then my yellow Numicon is going to be an X. So the next one would be a circle and an X. And then a circle and an X. Now this is, I think this is very complex for early years, but it is something that maybe we can explore. Okay, so there we go. Okay, do they know that an A-B pattern just means alternating, as that word again, between two different elements? Okay, so for example, if you had teddy bear, welly, that might look like literally a B for bear. They're going to represent that bear as a B and then a welly. Bear, welly, bear, welly. Okay, just being able to symbolizing it in written form, because obviously we can't put the Numicon and the cubes into their books. So being able to symbolize it in a different way, they might say that, you know, their cube is going to be a little square, and it might even just be the same colors again, having your pink and your yellow, pink, yellow, pink, yellow to represent pink and yellow Numicon. That's fine. It's just about getting them used to almost exploring the abstract. It's a really difficult thing to get across, but it might be worth it. So if your child went outside and like did stick, leaf, stick, leaf, stick, leaf, and they were to draw it down, maybe their stick is just a line and their leaf is a circle. Line, circle, line, circle. Or if it was an ABB pattern, it might be stick, leaf, leaf, stick, leaf, leaf, stick, leaf, leaf. And in their book, it could be dot, cross, cross, dot, cross, cross, and so on and so forth. I hope that makes sense, because that's quite a hard one. I've lost my pen. Oh well. We are on to the final stretch. I know I keep saying that, but I am genuinely serious about that. So this is where it gets harder. So this is more for parents than it is for children, but it's along the same lines of symbolizing the unit structure. So for example, if I was to give you a pattern, I'm nearly finished, such as blue, orange, orange, blue, orange, orange, blue, orange, orange. Okay, can those children first of all identify what type of pattern it is? So we've got blue, orange, orange, blue, orange, orange, blue, orange, orange. So first of all, we'll be identifying what type of pattern it is. It is for those of you not sure, an ABB pattern. ABB. Okay, so an ABB pattern. But then can they use that generalization to make it with something else? So for example, they might take my ABB pattern and then go outside and go, okay, leaf, stick, stick, leaf, stick, stick, leaf, stick, stick. Okay, so it's like you giving them this pattern. I'm going, okay, I want you to make that pattern now outside with things that you can find in the garden. Okay, I now want you to make this pattern using toy mice. Okay, so it'll be about them identifying that this is the pattern, the unit of structure that it's going in, ABB, and then they're going to use a different medium to make that same pattern. Okay, the next two, I think I'm just going to show you and not do it with you because I know that it's been a very long time and I can waffle. I can literally talk for England. I should win an award. The next step up, and if I'm honest, even as adults, I found this a little difficult. It is basically repeating a pattern within a circle. So instead of always doing it in a straight, like in a horizontal line, being able to put the pattern into a circle. And when it comes to things like that, it helps if there's an odd number of circles because children then need to decide how the pattern works or what type of pattern would work best for this. So in this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 circles, so it's going to be very easy to do an AB pattern within it. So we'd start with yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, yellow, purple, yellow, purple. Okay, so being able to do the pattern within a circle, and if there was an odd number, then you'd maybe need to think about, is it better if it's an ABB pattern, or if it's an ABC pattern, or if it's an ABBC pattern, what would work within that? And then following on from the circle, it is giving children, I don't think I have an example, unfortunately, a set number of squares, so a border with fixed number of spaces. This is a terrible one to look at, I'm afraid. But it would be the same as the circle, but having it in a square shape, almost like a board game. And we as adults did this at a conference. And if I'm honest, it stumped me because you're like, oh, well, having alternate attributes, an AB pattern does not work on this, so what try next? Well, an ABC pattern doesn't work either, so what, you know, and working through that, it's all about problem solving and identifying errors and basically just using logic, which again is a really difficult concept for young children, but it's best to get them into it now because then they'll start noticing patterns in numbers and it will essentially form the foundations, as foundation stage does, with helping them with maths further on. The final one is just being able to spot patterns in the environment. So, for example, right now, if you looked at the radiator, that's a pattern because you've got almost it protruding out and then it going in, out, in, out, in. Okay. Or if you go outside, can you notice what the fence looks like, the bricks in your house, patterns on the floor? Can you use you know, the leaves and sticks environment to make patterns within it? Can you try a pattern in a circle if it's outside? Are there any patterns in circles? Are there any patterns in numbers and things like that? And I think I'm going to stop there because I've just realised I have literally spoken to you for 40 minutes. Well done to the boys and girls who've managed to stay in their spaces for 40 minutes. And adults who managed to stay in their space for 30 minutes, okay? I'm so sorry if that made no sense. I hope that you got a little bit out of it. But essentially, there is a lot more to pattern than just being, oh, well, you can make one. It goes in a lot more detail. See, this is where I'm starting to lose my all sense of vocabulary. But for parents who want to maybe know a little bit more, please just add comments to the bottom of it. I'm assuming that you can publish live videos afterwards, but just add a comment. And for those who are part of my virtual classroom, we do have the circle patterns in the maths folder, and I'm pretty sure there should be some of the square ones as well. within our Maths Mastery folder if you want to download them and use them as much as you can. What I would love to see from the virtual classroom parents is children using Pattern outside, because it has been quite lovely. Well, lovely weather some days. I'm pretty sure it snowed the other night, but trying to do as much outside as humanly possible. They can use stones, they can use sticks, they can use different things, because at the end of the day what we're looking for are the attributes, the A, B's. It doesn't matter what A or B is as long as they are repeated. Okay, A, B, or A, B, B, or A, B, C, or A, B, B, C. Okay, and I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to stop waffling. I hope that was okay. That's my first live session. If it's too long, like I say, add comments below and I will learn to zip it and skim it down. But there is a lot to it. I did have everything written down. It is a page full of stuff. Okay, that's how much there is to do with Pattern. But I hope you took a little bit away from this, and I can't wait to see some of the stuff you guys come up with. So have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of it while the sun is still shining, isn't it? I've had the coat. Oh gosh, like vampire. Yeah, have a great day, guys, and I will see you soon. Oh, it's not going to end.